Hello guys, Miha F1 here. Alfa Romeo dropped their 2023 Challenger today, and for the first time I believe that this could be the actual car itself, and not just the livery. Thankfully it's not just like the years before, like Red Bull. So, let's begin with the review. My first impressions was that it was just color swapped black for white. On a closer look, I saw that black wasn't actually just black, it was carbon fiber, which means they're stripping paint from their car from the beginning, and that means they're trying to cut weight as soon as possible. When we take a look from the front wing looks much more boxier or squared off than the years before. I actually don't know if this is allowed because the front wings usually are smooth so the air can flow through it better. And when we take a look at the nose from, let's say, some right side, it kinda looks broken. I know that it was the same on the last year car, but I'm not sure how much that affects the aerodynamics of it. It's a unique design because I don't think any other team on the grid had the same idea as them. On the nose we can see that almost all the sponsors are just white, and when we can see that, and also the numbers are white and they're not distinctive enough. On the side it's okay, but on the nose it's too messy. And all those logos, most of them are Stake, their newest sponsor, and I think they put them a little bit too much on the car. Rear engine cover looks much wider than anyone we saw this year, and it kinda reminds me of a spaceship. And when we take a look at the side pods, they're kinda in the middle of Alfa Romeos from last year's and Hess from last year's, except that they don't have those like gills on the top like Ferrari does. Also, when we take a look from the back, the diffuser looks wide, really wide, and much different than I expected it to be. But we haven't seen the other cars from the rear, so we don't know if this is going to be for everyone or just for Alfa Romeo. Now we can take a look at the wheel covers. They removed the white because there isn't any white on the car except the sponsors, and I think that just red on the black on the wheel covers looks nicer than the last year's. Probably it's going to look like a Star Wars lightsaber when we get to races. When we get the front view again, we can see that the engine air intake looks even more complex than last year's. It's divided into four pieces, let's say, and I'm not sure if that actually helps the car or it was just for stability to prevent another crash like one Joe had at Silverstone. All in all, the car looks different and I like it a bit, but now it's time for me to give it my score. I'll have to give 5.5 to Alfa Romeo. It's a downgrade from last year's livery in my opinion. It's better than Williams, but definitely worse than Red Bull's, so it's somewhere in the middle. I didn't really want to give it 5.5, I wanted to round it up, but I couldn't. So that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and see you again soon. Bye bye.